Hello, everyone. Good evening. Sound okay? No. Now the sound is okay. No, now the sound should be okay. Yes, now the sound is okay. How's everyone doing this evening? Sunday evening, afternoon, Monday morning, Monday afternoon somewhere? I'm sure it's Monday afternoon somewhere. So good evening, everyone. Tom, Joris, Matt1 UK, Fusionsaurus, Bob, Niam, sorry, Rain, Ole, Vincent, Robert. How's everyone doing this evening? We have another live stream, and yeah, we're hoping it's going to be another CR6 kind of live stream. I'm sure some of you are hoping that it's going to be a CR6 kind of live stream. I'm hoping not. Shana Shana Dani. Angus. So yeah, we are here. We finally have the Creality Ender 3 version 2. What's it been, like a year since the first version Ender 3 came out? Year and a half? Couldn't be more than a year and a half. But yeah, now we have a version 2. And we're going to put it together. So, yeah, I need to mention that the reason why this box is open, twofold. Two reasons. One, I took out the memory card because I wanted to slice my own model to print. Secondly, because Creality sent me the replacement parts for the CR6 SC, which, you know, yeah, I had to remove all the MacGyver stuff from there. So yeah, so we're gonna pack this thing. We're probably gonna open it a bit just to show you guys, you know, the guts of the machine, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Hi from Quebec. Hi. So spool holder. This is for the Z-axis. Actually, this is the extruder and the X-axis. No, I'm not drunk. I promise. Aloha. We have the awesome new screen and something fell. We have a screw and a T-nut down here. There. Come on. Yeah, come on. That's the screw. What new features? So, essentially, the new features are kind of like redesigned a few parts from the original Ender 3, or better yet, I'll be comparing this to the Ender 3 Pro. I don't have an Ender 3 Pro, never had one. But needless to say, this should be, I believe, compared to the Ender 3 Pro. Feature-wise, 32-bit board. It has, I believe, I know it should be a Meanwell power supply. I don't know if it's more powerful than the original Ender 3 or the Ender 3 Pro. But it also has a new screen. It's not a touch screen like the CR6. Same software, but not touch screen. No, not touchscreen. Not that I know of, at least. So let's get up from here. That is the base. The base is actually relatively compact, to be honest, as the whole base. Dimension-wise, same as the original Ender 3, which is 220 by 220 by 250, I believe. It also has some nice belt tensioners. We have the Z-axis motor, aluminum or aluminum, depending on when you are. The belt tensioner for the X-axis. We'll go through what's in there. Well, we'll go through. Oh, there's second plug. There. Those are all the parts. We can slowly go through what's in here. We can change the camera there, so you can see. Wait, hold on. Nope. There, nice and clean. Every screen is a touch screen. Technically, yes. So yeah, we'll start off. Let's have. So they sent me an extra cable because they sent me the American one, So in Malta we don't use the American one. We don't even use the European one. We use a UK plug. But either way, that will work. Now, as for price, I believe the price difference from the Ender 3 Pro to this currently is about, I believe, $20 difference. And on paper, it's definitely worth going for this than the Ender 3 Pro. Hands down. Just for the 32-bit board alone, definitely worth it. But that's on paper. We'll see in real life. Oof. Screen. Hold on. We need to do this. Hold on. Let me get the microphone close. Oh, that was nice. That's the screen. Now, that is actually a very, I like it. It's like it's a non-reflective screen. It's got a really nice feel to it. I know it's not a touch screen, but it feels luxurious. There. This box is one of those thingies in there. Yep. Rep cord? Yes. How you doing, Pooch? Okay. I like the fact that this, which is the belt tensioner, is not pre-assembled, because I do believe that is why the belt tensioner on the CR6 was broken, because it was pre-assembled, was pre-tensioned. There's quite a lot of tension in there, so a bit of a hit on the side and it just collapsed. So that goes there. We'll leave it there for now. Okay, let's see what's else in here. Sample of filament, which we'll definitely never use unless we have to print PPE shields again. So we have this, I believe, is the knob for the extruder, so you can sort of do manual adjustment or manual push of the filament. Ptfe couplers. It looks like they're exactly the same as the ones they usually use, Creality, which means that, you know, after about 100 to 100 hours of printings, these will be the first things to go. Some screws, some end caps, Z-axis limit switch, and a belt. And we can start putting things together. Now, although essentially, okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I might be saying something really stupid. Same software, same board as the CR6 SC. So I am guessing you could potentially just upgrade the screen to a touch screen. So yeah, my refill. So this is Tom's Infinity Blue, which I got from Das Filament. I used up pretty much every single spool of filament I've had for PPE shields, and I found this. Like, it was still just packed, and I had used the previous Infinity Blue, which was also on this spool. So yeah, now I have this, and this is pretty much all I'm printing with at the moment until some new filament arrive. But right now, shipping in Europe is a bit iffy. Did you ever get to look at the 3ds file that I emailed you some time ago? Not yet, Neil. There's so much that has been going on and so much that I still have to catch up on, but in due time, I promise. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look. I think it's warranted to have a quick look, you know, open it up a bit, the usual stuff that you guys make me do. We'll start off with the extruder. Okay, so let me just there so you guys can see better. There. Oh, this looks used. Okay, so it looks like it's the same hot end that Creality usually use. It's got a nice little sock, silicone sock on it. Fan on the side. That looks like, I'm guessing would be like a 30-30 fan with a single outlet for air and another fan here. It attaches with 2 screws right on the back here in order to be able to remove pretty much everything. This in here, this is relatively recessed, so you might need to fiddle around if you get a jam. You need to take that out. But all in all, it looks much cleaner. We have a removable bed with 2, I don't know why they're just loose clips. Glass bed with what looks like an ultra base finish. Wait, hold on. I keep forgetting to adjust the camera. There. Hold on. There. Ultra base finish. Normal glass on the other side. These 2 clips are usually the ones which are attached by a screw and kind of rotate, but in this case is just literally just clip on and remove. Is that stamped metal or injection molded? Which part? This is injection molded plastic. Like this is, it's all plastic except for the bracket back here. If you need to ask me specific questions to me, tag me so I'll know what to look at because I might miss questions. We have the belt tensioner over here. This relatively, I think it's the first Creality where I don't need to adjust the eccentric nuts. We have a drawer here. Hold on. There you go. Better. We have a drawer here where you can put some tools and stuff, hide money and cookies. Micro SD card, micro USB port. I really like, there are a few touches which I really like, and that is, for example, this, like the stepper motor for the Y-axis, like completely covered. So it gives a nice and clean look. I don't understand this. Thank you, Tom. Thanks, buddy. Where can we order? There are links in the video description. There's one for Banggood and one direct from Creality. I do believe that Creality are sold out, but Banggood have them in stock. So the only thing that looks a bit weird is this thing protruding here. And all I can see here is that that's just the plug for the electrical wire and the switch, which is a bit, but anyway, I'm not gonna say being picky, I'm just, stating. I do believe it's a Meanwhile power supply, but let's have a look at the main board, shall we? So that is where I keep my cookies. Yeah, pretty much. Voltage is set correct. I would say it could be actually that is not correct, but I always check that. It might not be set correctly because initially it had a US power supply cable, a US plug, so they possibly thought it was going to the US. Unless, of course, it's the kind of Meanwhile power supply where it auto adjusts. I think I just lost a screw. Does it have bed leveling? No, it does not. At least not auto bed leveling. It has the manual bed leveling. This same thing. Okay, so that comes off. Okay, ta-da! Come on, there we go. That's the 32-bit. Wait, hold on. Come on, go up. Wait. Hold on. I don't want to break anything. There. Wait. There. So that is the 32-bit board. It does have a couple of extra plugs. There's this plug here, right underneath the. Wait, hold on. There, that one, and that looks like a BL Touch plug. There's another one here. It's with 3 pins. I'm not exactly sure what that's for, but since this is the 32-bit board, I would assume that that can be pretty much anything. There's also another 4 pins over here. It's fixed stepper motors, stepper drivers, which are 2208s. The heater bed, is it AC or DC voltage? Because I saw exposed solder joint. The heat bed should be, or it definitely is, I have to say. Wait, hold on. DC. Yeah, it's 24 volts. I'm trying to check. Oh, I can see the voltage, but it's definitely DC. So yeah, happy everyone? Okay, I'm going to close this now. Just making sure that no screws were left behind. Yep, there it is. And we have also a board fan there. Hopefully it is not as loud as the one on the CR6, because that's the only thing that's really loud on that. Either that or it's the power supply fan. One rainbow cables. All done. Okay, that goes in here. Not sure how many. Yeah, that goes in there. I don't know why there are like 3 screws on the bottom and 1 on the top. I don't know why. It's the power supply that's loud. Figures. I'm trying to hold this. Wait, hold on. Why am I just do this? Much easier. Okay. Power supply. It is set to 230 volts already. So cool. Okay. Let's begin putting this together, shall we? So we can try it out. Ooh, by the way, today is the first time in over a year, I believe, that I don't have to worry about my microphone killing anyone through their headphones, because I finally bought a new one. A new lav mic, that is. The one that was held by duct tape for over a year. Okay, let's see. Aw, Tom, dude. Pooch told me to stop being cheap. It's a Pooch telling you not to be cheap. Okay, so let's put this over there. Seek discomfort. Yes. That's. Wait, hold on. That's why you're seeing that, because I didn't fix the camera. Apologies. There. Do you know if the board is compatible with the original CR10? I mean, technically, I don't know. But no, the original CR10, I believe, is 12 volt. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Trolling for dollars. Okay, so we need. I'm assuming these two things are here. Wait. All right, lead screw. And that would be the front or the back. This would be the front, and this would be on the side over here. And this would be on the side over here. And we need these over here. Yeah, but what I mean is I don't know if this particular board sort of handles both 12 and 24 volts. So I wouldn't exactly know. Okay. But on that note, hello, David. Let's do this. This is probably easier. The milled slots. No, honestly speaking, that's the first thing I kind of looked for. They don't have the milled slots for the gantry to sort of slide in a few millimeters. It's just sitting flush against the profile, which is I believe this is 30 by 30. It's not me well out to switch. No, it's definitely not. How much does this printer cost? I believe at the moment it's about $259. There are links in the video description. Oh, thank you very much, Chris. Practical printing with 25 bucks. Someone has to keep Tom in check. I do believe that person's name is Louise. So, on that side. Come on, there you go. Pound to superiors. So this week is going to be a fun week for me. Yosef, thank you very much, dude. Thanks, buddy. Oh, I love the GIF on the side. Cool, awesome. This is going to be a fun week. So I'm doing a project here in my office because for the past few months I've treated my office as my print farm, and most of the time that's where my problem lies. I've treated my office as a print farm and my print farm as just a garage. I don't work a lot from my garage, or I don't print a lot from my garage. So I want to fix that. I want to leave a very minimal amount of printers up here. I'll have the tool changer, the E2, the Z-Morph, the Zaribo, and the MMU2. Those will be the only printers which will stay here, along with any printer I'm actually reviewing at the time. Those are the only printers I will leave up here. Probably back there I'll have an SLA. And I'm gonna make like a DIY, like this kind of bench that I did, the wooden bench, but I'm gonna have another one over here, a big one. I'm receiving some awesome stuff which I ordered from Poland, organizers. I'm gonna have like a paid station with this awesome swing arm that I got or I'm gonna kind of put together for the overhead camera with lights and everything. So I'll have another place where I can record. It's gonna be awesome. Alexander Olin, thank you very much for the 50 seg, buddy. Swedish krona supreme. Thank you very much, buddy. So yeah, even though it's not, there will be some 3D printing in that project, but even though it's not fully 3D printing, I'm still going to document how I'm going to do it because it's still a making. I'm still making something, and this channel is all about making. And if anyone says otherwise, I will remove the word 3D, and my channel will be called MN. From now on. The right 2040 rail. So that's on the front. I did. Thank you. Who told me? Brian, thank you. That's what happens when you're talking and not paying attention. But then again, that's why I have you guys here. Guys, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the 20 pounds, dude. Let's do this, Tom UK pound for the win. Akaz, dude. How's Bella? Long time no see. Here's for a good steak for her. Thank you very much. You know what? I'm sure she'll absolutely love it. Thank you very much. And it's Euro for the win. She's doing okay. So Bella is doing actually really good at the moment. She's still on medication, of course, for the seizures she used to have, which she hasn't had anymore. And unfortunately, that medication will be there for the rest of her life. Thankfully, their medication is relatively cheap. Costs us like 10 euros a month. So very, very cheap. The only problem is the side effects. We have to keep monitoring her every 6 months. I have to do liver function tests and everything because they do take a toll. But she has an awesome quality of life. Lira Maltia, please. Oh, those were the days. So we need this thing right here. Why is it? Okay. That makes sense. I'll leave that there for now. Hey, Mike. The right one doesn't matter anymore. The holes are for the old Ender 3 power supply. That is very true. That is very true. So, yeah, I can see why this only costs very little compared, for the upgrade. They're upcycling or recycling parts. Okay, now we need this thing right here, along with, let's change to this thing right here. Bitcoin. Oh, those were days where I used to work for a company that dealt with Bitcoin. Never again. That's too small. There you go. That's one. Let's fix this one. There you go. So that one goes there. Ooh. What are you guys on about? Okay. That goes there. Hexagon socket countersunk. Which would be these two. You know, someone from Indonesia is going to come to this live stream very soon and is going to drop like 500,000 rupees. and that would be fine. That would be awesome. It would be like €2, but still it would be awesome. Now, this side, I can probably just plug that in straight away. That would be absolutely hilarious, actually. Another high-end community printer. Domenico, to be completely honest, yes, I have considered it. My problem is time. It's literally just time. I have so many projects I want to do. I have so many things I need to still finish. Where that I just, you know, I mean, like, to give you an example, I assembled my Mamaru bot S64. And it's such an awesome platform of a 3D printer. It's massive. It's a Core XY, you know, dual power supply, and it can be an amazing machine. And my idea is to actually convert it into, like, you know, a machine where, you know, it can print like really fancy stuff and technical material, enclosure, heat chamber, and everything. It's just time. Time is the only thing I don't have. Tell them about leaving a gap in the coupler, most valuable lesson you taught me. All right, so for those of you who don't know what Tom is referring to, okay, so couplers, which are these things right here, their whole job is to actually have, you know, a bit of tension, or sorry, a bit of, you know, give. I still need to tighten this. So most people, what they do is they shove the coupler inside the stepper motor and then shove the Z-axis inside, and they might be touching. It's very important never to have them touching each other. Always leave a gap of a won't have any flex. So you need to give them a couple of millimeters. Just a couple, 1 or 2 will fine. So this, I still need to adjust this. First, I need to do the thingamabob at the top. I want to make sure I get it right. Next, we're going to do that, and we're going to, there. Why is my, there. There you go. Perfect. And if you ever come to Malta, this is what you drink. Just saying. No, I am not sponsored by Farsons. Although Farsons also are the importance of Red Bull in Malta, so, you know, I'm trying to be nice. Okay. X-axis profile. This would be for the top, and this one for the bottom. So we're going to need this, we're going to need this, we're going to need this, and the belt, and the Ptfe coupler, wherever that went, over here. Hexagon socket, flat round head spring washer combination screw. Jesus. Okay. So that will go like that, and this should go like this because this has this thing right here. It goes in there. And then these go in here. And this tightens them through here. I really hate that they still use this system. Like, oof. Horses Blue Label is my tip when I'm on holiday to Malta. I haven't had a Blue Label in ages. And the thing is, like, when I was younger, Blue Label was my beer because it was much sweeter. I'm not like a typical beer person, you know. Beer is not my thing. For me to really actually want a beer, like, it has to be a special occasion or it's like really hot and, you know, I can imagine myself wanting a beer and, oh, it would be awesome. Like, for example, this is chill. It's called Chill. It has like a hint of lemon in it. Because usually I'm not a beer guy. This is definitely not straight. And that is definitely a really bad hex key. And I have like a box of, I'm sure I had a box of key rings, magnets, cables. Where's my Allen keys? Let me see if I can find them quickly. Here, this should work. Should it? Yes, it should. Look what Henry Lynn said above. Oh my God, where? You have to take the bracket out. The instruction is wrong here. Okay. Hold on, I'm just trying to get this centered. Have to take the bracket out in what way? Okay, so why is it wrong? Why is it wrong though? Why do I need to take the bracket out? In which bracket? There are many brackets on this thing. Let me just see. On the opposite side when you loop the belt. Huh? I mean, because this makes sense to me. Like, everything, like, this is exactly the same as the Ender 3, to be honest. When I install the opposite belt tensioner. Okay, now I'm a bit confused. No worries. We'll get there. We'll get there. Hold on. So, sorry, this side is correct, but the other end. Okay. So we'll go with this one then. That looks straight. This YouTube video fast forward. Tomorrow. It will fast forward tomorrow. What does the QR code point to anyway? Creality website, if I'm not wrong. So this will be down at the bottom here. Okay, we need a Ptfe coupler in here. And then, okay, then we need, so this would go this way, and that would go in here. And that would go in here. Okay, next. So this I don't know, it still looks fine to me. Let me just check something. Okay, those go together there. That goes in there. So what I want to do first, though, seeing as I need to, there. Let me just take this belt off from here. Oof. Pass this through. At least in my mind, that's how it should be. Okay, so we'll leave that there hanging for now. Next is this, which would go here. Come on. Hey, on the upside, nothing broken yet. There you go. Now, that would go there. Okay, so essentially now, I need to grab that. And this would go in there. Just attach this here. Should make sense. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Okay, that's one. And okay. Tension that. 8. Oh, that looks fine. Okay. So far, so good. Slightly too tight. Okay. All right, okay, I think now I see what you meant. For this tensioner to be fitted before you actually close the belt. But that's okay, it's sorted now. Okay, so this would go Over here now, I still have to tension these. Come on. Ooh, it's really tight. Bella, non-productive dude, please buy Bella some toys and thank your family for letting us have your time. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And they appreciate it too, trust me. Okay, something here. There you go. So now this is what I want to do. I want to take this back up again here. Now, I need to drop that. And I need to tighten these. If I can find where I put the Allen key. Where did I put the Allen key? Over here. Am I going to paint it? This, you mean? You know, it's funny. I've never actually painted any of my printers. Maybe I should. Maybe that should be a thing. Like full custom, like the filament frenzy kind of thing. But in my case, I would probably custom airbrush it. I'm just making sure that it's smooth all the way down. Feels good. Okay, I'm just going to tighten the rest of these bolts down here for the gantry. 278 viewers, we missed you, Joe. I trust me, I missed you guys too. And the problem is that after all that time printing, I kind of wanted like a week off after the PPE shields. Like I wanted a week of not having to record or anything. I just want to you know, take a break, which I needed, and I've had. Now I'm back on track. Hipsy, HPC, some compensation for my downgrading my Patreon membership. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. It's really not an issue. I never hold it against anyone when they cancel Patreon. I completely understand that it's not always possible. Even myself, like, you know, when I can't, I don't support like my favorite creators either. So it's the way it is. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much, buddy. Now I'm just gonna there. That seems like it's a good place to have the limit switch. You still have the Allen key, belt tensioner thingy on the cross. I still have, oh right, on the other one, on the CR660. Yeah, no, I fixed that now because they sent me a replacement, so it's all good. Okay, and now the last thing is up here. These two. That's Hey, Brian. Looking for an extra printer next to my Prusa Mark III MMU2. Well, depending on how much you're willing to spend, this is a bit off. Hold on. This is way off. Hold on, because this is very interesting. So these are flush. These are actually flush as well. So up here, wait, hold on. Up here, there's, if I just fit these two screws on the side here and look down, the holes for the bolts are roughly, let's say, between 2 to 3 millimeters off. And I mean, it could be because the eccentric nuts maybe could be off. I'm just going to check, but it shouldn't be. Let me just see if I can adjust something quickly. Just gonna. Ooh. There we go. Okay, yes, now it's better. So this is the problem. The eccentric nuts are a bit too tight, and they're pushing the Z-axis extrusion here outwards. Let's see if I can. It's much better. I still think this should. Ugh. Much better. Okay, so now, have you tried the ANET 8 Plus? Like the ANET 8 Plus? No, I haven't. I think the last ANET 8 I ever used was the one I reviewed. Look here. There's still some tensioning stuff going on here. Like, it doesn't look like it's perfectly aligned. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Dips, calm down. Relax, dude. I don't actually have a square here, but this will. Okay, I need to just check the height of the gantry. That one. Ooh, versus that one. Rep cord, dude, walking around dollars for you. Get yourself something pretty. Thanks, buddy. I'll get myself a pink wig. Thanks, Pooch, dude. So that one. That one. Okay. So to explain to you guys what I'm doing. What I want is to make sure that this is perpendicular, or at least it's completely aligned to the base. I don't want it to be, when you want to align this, never align it to the bed, you align it to the base. Find something that's sort of perfectly the same height, which in this case are these extrusions here. And if you can see here, there's like maybe 2 millimeters of space, and over here, it's pretty much flush. So essentially, this has to kind of tilt that way. So if I there, and then I'll have to just tighten these screws over here. That's much better. Apologies. It's all about the base. Pretty much. So yeah, here, there, it's illuminated now. Okay, let me just, I can't tighten these now because there are these two things over here. Of course. Let's just leave it at that for now. We'll fix that later. Okay, next is this, just like that. Okay, this goes in here so I don't lose it. This. Over there. Hold on. That's tight. That's tight. For now, that should be fine. This. That goes in there. So if we use the same last year when we do the build workshop. So what does this have compared to the Generator 3 and the CR6 SE? Compared to the CR6 SE, this does not have the same build volume. It does not have the touchscreen, does not have the same sort of like hot end assembly, although probably the same hot end. Different extruder, no filament runout sensor, no auto bed leveling. So yeah, it has quite a few things different than the CR6 SE. But does have a few other differences compared to the Ender 3 Pro. Why don't I have? Oh, there they are. How do you dispose of the cleaning materials? Resin, filled IPA, and whatever. Okay, so in my case, I'm kind of lucky because I have a mechanic that sort of like lives literally 50 meters away from me. And what I do is I put all the used resin or IPA and whatever in kind of like a plastic container. And I give them to him because he usually sends it off with the hazardous material like the oils and everything, and he disposes of them. He disposes of them for me, so I just give them to him. Basically, I pay him because that's something he pays for, to get rid of all that hazardous material. So yep. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. And now the screen. And the screen. Go there. This goes here. Now, I just need okay, just one enough, so I can get the others. That's two.
And that's 3. All right, so now last thing is cables. So this goes in there. This goes in here. Wait, hold on. This is the x-axis. This is the extruder. This is X. And this is the x-axis end stop, which goes in here. Dominic Lamberti, how are you liking your Fitbit Versa? First of all, thank you very much, buddy. I actually love it, and I'm kind of jealous because my wife has the Versa 2. And that's like the 2, it's more recent. And usually I'm the guy with the techie stuff, which has the recent stuff. But yeah, I love it. I've had it for, I believe, almost a year now. I really, really like it. Like I wouldn't go to any other, like I do have like iPhone. I've had iPhones for a while, and I have an iMac. But I wouldn't get an Apple Watch, for example. I'm just used to this, and I love it. Okay, so we ready? We good to go? We're gonna switch it on. So anyone want to place bets for blue smoke? As always, if the screen goes blank, electricity will run out. So yeah, which means I usually am back on in about 5 to 10 minutes. So 3, 2, 1. Oop, I'm hearing stuff. Stuff is happening. To what point did you set the Z limit switch? What do you mean? To what point? Okay, so ooh, this is quite nice. Let me get, hold on. I'm just gonna throw in the SD card. I'm just gonna leave it there, and we're gonna come a bit closer here, get a bit more intimate. But intimate that way. There. So back. So prepare, auto home. Let's auto home. I want to see if everything works fine. Okay. So if Scott is watching, this seems like the latest. Yes, Scott is here. It does say set home offsets, not offsets. So I would believe that is the latest version of Marlin. Joe, you need to assemble a blue smoke fake machine to overcome this burn moments. Can we get a close-up of the UI? Absolutely. So, there you go. So that is the UI. Hold on. So you have a print. You have a prepare, which has the move, disable steppers, auto home, set home, preheat, PLA, ABS, cool down, language selection. And then you have the control, which is temperature, motion, storage. Let's set the temperature first. Actually, I can just, hold on. Prepare, preheat, PLA. Storage configuration. I'm assuming store configuration. Read configuration, reset configuration. So yes, storage configuration would be store configuration. Use the Versa with an Android phone. There's been so many issues with that without Fitbit being able to solve it. So many mad users out there. I use it with an iPhone. And finally, we have info, firmware version 1.0.1. Size 220. Okay, so that's basically it. How can I just want to move the axis, the axis. Actually, you know what I want to do? I'm going to disable the stepper. I just want to get just the... Okay, so I'm going to move the limit switch a bit down because I need to have some tension on the bed springs. And you need to be able to see what I'm doing. That's all right. So basically, I'm tensioning the bed springs about halfway, so I can adjust the Z limit switch if I can. Although technically it only goes, no, okay, there you go. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm just doing a bit of eyeballing offset. So disable steppers. Ooh. There we go, and there. That should be it. So move Z. Ooh, I like this. Okay, so to move the Z, you just press it, set how high you want it, and press it. It goes up that much. I really like that. I really, 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 really like that. I really like that feature. I don't know why. I mean, it's nothing special, but I really like that feature. So you can set like a specific height. And like, I want you to go at 45.8 millimeters. And it goes to 45.8 millimeters. Yeah. So I'm going to put some filament in here. There we go. So the latch here is slightly loose. I'm just gonna tighten it. There you go. So the idler of the extruder was a bit loose. That's because the screw was not really tightened enough. Okay. So we're gonna set it off to print and see what happens. So we're gonna go back, go to print, and press that, and clean that. I should have cleaned the bed a little bit. No sweat. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll take it from there. And this should be there. And there. There. I don't actually think. Oh, I do have. The problem is when you clean the bed with IPA at this stage, it's going to turn yellow. See? It goes yellow. So we'll just leave it at that for now. But I do believe having some... Wait, don't judge me. It's force of habit. Let's see how this is going. I'm just adjusting on the fly. Okay. So after watching your project builds like the LED lamps, it inspired me to work on a project too. I'm about to upload my first one in Thingiverse, a color gel changer for theater light. Awesome. Awesome, dude. Okay, so we have, let me see if I can, hold on. Let's just adjust this, hold on, so you guys can see, and we'll fix that. So you guys can at least see what's happening here. So this is like, I believe it's about 70% version of me. Nicotine removal, yeah, exactly, from the factory. Does it have baby stepping? Let me check. So tune. It does have Z offset there. So I would say yes. So while printing, you can adjust the printing speed, nozzle temperature, bed temperature, fan speed, Z offset. And you can also change the language while you're printing, just in case you have a very long print, you have nothing else to do, and you learn a new language, you know, halfway through the print. Should be about a roughly 45-minute print. Let me see if I can. It's not going to be very clear, unfortunately. But maybe this will help. No, wait, hold on. Let me see what I can. That's actually not bad. As soon as it goes up a bit, there'll be better lighting there for sure. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's better. Does the firmware have mid-print Pong? Isn't that a palette thing only? Looks like it's doing okay so far. Is this using your standard Ender 3 Idea Maker profile? This has a very small tweak in it, which is the coasting. I'll be uploading this obviously once I'll see how this goes. I'll probably put a couple more test prints, and then I'll upload it to Idea Maker profile, Idea Maker library. So for those who are interested in my Idea Maker profiles, I am constantly uploading onto the Idea Maker library, which is ideamaker.io, and you'll find my profiles there. Joe, everything aside, how is it going? Heino? It's okay. It's much better. I have to be honest that like this pandemic, it, it, I became so busy printing shields that I kind of lost my, how do you say it? The fun factor in 3D printing, to be honest. But after it stopped now and taking a week off, I would love to take a month off, but a week is enough for now. I'll take a week off later on in September. Now I have a few more ideas, and my creativity is coming back, and yeah, so I'm doing much better now. Everyone else in the family, everyone's doing fine. My wife starts working again next week. It's 0.2 layer heights. My mojo, exactly. Yeah, baby. Hey man, could you upload your Artillery X1 Idea Maker profile? So I do have an X1 profile uploaded, but I do believe it's the one with the Hemera mount. I will upload the standard one soon. I have a lot of profiles I still need to add, so probably next week I'll upload them all. While we are here, any clue on printing NinjaFlex? To be completely honest, I've only ever managed to print NinjaFlex successfully, without any issues, on the Ender 3 with the Hemera. The Hemera is an insane extruder for NinjaFlex, and you can print that at 50, 60 millimeters a second, no issues. Little stringing, yes. It's probably because it's printing slow and the temperature is 205, so it probably ideally would go down to about 200, even 195. There. Bit of a better view. Let's see, we need to see how the crotch does. The crotch is important, obviously. Bit of a droop. Quite a lot of a droop, but that might actually come up now. Oh well, it's old age. Things start to sag a little bit. That's okay. I have some sagging. Maybe changing it to inside out to outside in. It still would do that. This is... No, it's funny because that's so zoomed in. Like, if I look at it like live here, it's not actually half bad. But on the screen, it looks like it's seriously bad. It's the ripped jeans model, exactly. The bulge. I mean, apart aside from the, I'm guessing it's a part cooling fan issue, which can easily be fixed. The layer lines are really nice and consistent. And essentially, to me, that's very important. It's probably one of the most important things. Consistency in layers. Has a quarantine gut, aren't we all? What are your plans for the upcoming weeks related to 3D printing? Monday or Tuesday, I'll be releasing the first video of the Idea Maker guide on how to set up profile. I am waiting for some... Okay, so I have a project which I need to do. Everything is ready, I just need to assemble it, but I want to hydro dip this project. And unfortunately, no one seems to want to ship activator spray to Malta because it's a hazardous good. Now, hazardous goods or flammable goods can be shipped to Malta in a particular way, but it seems like no one wants to ship them. So I had to resort to speaking to a few of my chemist friends to find me all the ingredients to actually make activator for hydro dipping. Hydro dipping being the process of imprinting graphics on any object through water. But yeah, I have that project which I need to do. I have a second video for Idea Maker which I will release as well, because Idea Maker you have to set up printer profile and a filament profile. So I'm going to go through all the steps to fine-tuning filament profiles on Idea Maker. I have this massive project starting this week in overhauling the workbench area right over there for painting and doing other things. I want to record the whole process of that as well. What else? I have another couple of, I have the Prusa Mini review coming up as well. I have some print and paint projects coming up. There's the Havoc Blaster. I have Jurassic Park diorama. I have like a large scale Pale Poly Phantom model that I did, which I still need to paint as well. So yeah, quite a few things coming up. They don't check as much, David, but if they do happen to check on mine, I'm royally screwed. However, there is a way for them, if I advise them what's coming, they can instruct me on how to do it. The cooling fan might be a little low. No, I don't want to cancel print. So tune fan speed. Fan speed is full here. I'm guessing it's just, so it's definitely working, and it's just not a lot is coming out, to be honest. Not a lot of air. Can I? What will you sculpting in the near future? So I will be doing an episode on how I'm teaching myself how to sculpt in ZBrush, what I'm using, if anyone's interested in knowing that, which courses I'm going through on Skillshare. And I have a few ideas of models I want to do. and I'm really excited to start doing them again. I had started one, but I do want to do some fun stuff. Like the unstable unicorns models were a fun thing to sort of mess around with and, you know, get acquainted with ZBrush. But I feel like I want to do something a bit more fantasy-like and serious now. Your mic seems to be working great. Can hear the printer. As long as you can hear me. DHL flat out refuses. Yes, FedEx will do it, and so will UPS. But they have to be advised beforehand. It has to be packed in a specific way, you know, and all that. Flow is fine. It should be around 96%. Like this is zoomed in quite a lot. It looks, you know, you're looking at it from the camera on YouTube. It looks, everything looks exaggerated. But other than that, I have to say it's really not doing a bad job. I'm just going to try to get some hard light on it to see if there is any. Can't really do much at the moment. Like even with hard lights, the layers seem relatively consistent. So that's actually quite good. Does this has a real E3D thingy? Nope, definitely not a real E3D thingy. Sorry, I'm laughing at the thingy part. It's just awesome. Definitely not a genuine E3D hot end. Test the power zoom. I don't usually test it like on live stream. I don't, because then I'll ruin the print. I want to see first print. I always like to see the first print finish because that is the first test print. Sort of like that's the first impression. Yes, unless you put a hard light against it. Hard light being exactly on top of the layers, which in this case still looks half decent. I'm trying to see if I can actually. Wait. Since it's constantly moving, it's hard to focus properly. Layer consistency so far looks decent. And I'm using this filament is because the only filament I have left. Michael Vert, thank you very much, buddy. I have an awesome vlog coming up for the Patreons because the Patrons are going to get to see what I'm going to be working on this week, which is an awesome surprise. And I'm really looking forward to it. And it gives me a chance to do more vlogs for Patreon. I'm really happy. And I do have a few ideas of a couple of projects I have in mind for my Jeep. I have a Toyota Land Cruiser, and I have a few ideas with 3D printing. So that's definitely going to be awesome. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much for a €20, buddy. I need to head off. Thanks again, Joe. Always learn something from your vids. As always, appreciate the time and effort give to your community. Thank you very much, Sunprotect. Thank you very much for your support, dude. Is that glitter filament? Yes, it is. Glittery. Because the filament, Tom's Infinity Blue filament, while it's glittery, it's very, very fine glitter. So it looks really nice, but not too much. Like it's not over the top glittery. Oh, it's a clap. For a second I thought it was a face palm, Michael. What is this non-gyro hidden info? I'm gonna be honest. I don't use gyro hidden fill very much, mainly because most of the prints I print are functional, and I tend to use cubic infill because structurally I feel it's much stronger and it's quicker. Any more E3D tool changer videos coming up? Yes, I have to do a live stream because I still have to continue calibrating the 4 extruders and 4 different colors. But to be completely honest, I also need to wait for filament to come in because I only have like orange, black filament and this. Like that's all. That's all I have. Have a good one, Matt. Thank you very much. And see you soon, Michael, as well. Thank you guys for joining in. Stream won't be too long anyway. It's 11 o'clock and promise my wife should be an hour and a half, maximum 2 hours. So almost there. Let's see if we can speed it up a bit, actually. Shall we? Let's do 120%. Doesn't really make much difference. $140. I've got a little problem with my home build printer. I have a lot of blobs on the print when it changes layers. You know what I can do about that? Yes. So usually when there's blobs, that means pauses. Either pauses, they're between one layer and the next, usually printer pauses for a few milliseconds. You won't notice it, but during those milliseconds, there's oozing coming out. So it's retraction upon layer change usually. So there is an option on most slicers which says retract when layer changing. If it's off, switch it on. That should help. Hey, Rexter's here. Because if so, I have a roll of black filament to ASA that is accidentally 2.85. Currently, the only 2.85 I have is on the hot end. Sorry, on the tool changer. One of the tool heads is a 2.85 because I still have quite a lot of filament of those. Come on, quicker. Okay, let's see if we can break it now. 200%. Whoa. Let's let me see if I can. Hold on. Let's see. There you go. That's what I wanted. As in, not. It's not that I wanted to look at my crotch. Wait, hold on. Now let me see if I can do this. That's better. Now let's see some hard light if we may. Unfortunately, I have really bad lighting down here because most of the light is pointing upwards. There's my crotch again. Hold on. There we go. Better. Hey Tom, are you still watching? No worries, Elliot. What speed is reported? What speed is reported in centimeters per minute? I don't know because for two reasons. Why it doesn't tell you. Secondly, it's millimeters a second. What do you think is the best, the Hemera or the original BMG plus Dragon hot end? I haven't tried the BMG and Dragon hot end together, so I cannot say which is the best of the two, but I can assure you that I absolutely love the Hemera. Kevin, hey, nice to see you too, buddy. Can you look at your X-belt tensioner and tell us if it's SLS printed or injection molded? I can 100% assure you that it's injection molded. No, you got me thinking. No, it's definitely injection molded. The reason why I say it is because I doubt Creality would go as far as to do SLS printing on any parts. Your crotch looks like something has been ripped out of it. Well, at some point I'm sure it has. I have no job, so money's tight right now. Don't worry, Neil. Thank you very much anyway. I still appreciate the support. And you're here. And that's all that matters. Okay, let's go slightly higher again. Right, hold on. This way. I'm trying to do hard light sort of like from top down to see any inconsistent layers. It's actually doing quite decent, I have to say. It's 0.2 millimeter layer heights. Thoughts on Prusa XL speculations? Unfortunately, that's all that it would be for me. It's speculations. I may or may not know a few things, but if I do, unfortunately, I really cannot say anything. That's why NDAs exist. I have to say it's doing a decent job. A very decent job. Tom is missing the zoom part. He has a fetish for me zooming in on parts this much. Someone go tell him it's zoomed. 300% for the last part. I can, well, maybe not 300, but maybe a bit more. What happened to my ears? now it's going really fast. Hold on, because I need to. Why can't I? Hold on, because I try to always fix the camera. There you go. There. First time I heard about Idea Maker, can someone tell me more? Henry, if you are not already and you subscribe to my channel, you'll start learning more about it tomorrow or Tuesday. Try the thermal runaway. I will, not yet. Not on this print. Also, for me to try the thermal runaway, I'd have to sort of disassemble the hot end. They're doing okay, and I approve. It's quite consistent. Like even the extrusion looks quite decently consistent. Just cut the wires. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Henry, and welcome, of course. What temperature are you printing at? Currently at 205 degrees. I need a macro lens. Earring in my left ear. Yeah, it does look like it actually. And to be fair, I actually do have like the earring holes in my left ear as well in real life. Bad decisions when I was young. I love, like, these are the things I want to explain during Idea Maker. So I'm going to see if I can actually show you guys. So over there, where it starts and stops, right at the back there, see, notice exactly when it starts the layer, there's like a very tiny blob of filament there. See, as soon as it starts the layer, you can actually remove that blob and have it even smoother, and that is the extra restart distance. It's stuff like that that I want to talk about, and that's why it's really good to actually watch a nozzle print at this like zoom level, because you can see exactly what the filament is doing, and it helps a lot in fine-tuning the profile. Thank you very much, Henry. I appreciate it. So if there are 300 people watching now, we should have, I mean, at least 299 likes. I mean, come on. Let's say 295. Like we'll put a small percentage of people who just, you know, don't like me. Let me see if I can leave this like this. God, and we'll fix this again. Let's see if I can show you that thing even better. Because now it's so zoomed in that the camera is like any small movement. Nah, we can't. Camera's moving now. Ah, there you go, that's better. Watch that blob right onto one, two, there. See, there, it just squirts a little bit of filament, and you can actually remove that. Layer height is 0.2 millimeters. And I have to say that is really consistent. See there, now you can see the blob with the light. If I put the light here, what? There, that. You can easily fix that. That is also part of the seam process to perfect the seam. You want the nicest seam possible. It's that, the start and end stop of a layer that you need to fix. They're just bringing back, ask for likes and then switching back on before the figure is finished. Have a good night, Wexter. We're almost there. Okay, let's do this. All right, Vincent, thank you very much, buddy. I won't be here for long anyways, just another 5 minutes. Just this gonna finish. I was waiting for it to finish and then I can give you my end thoughts and bid you farewell. But for now, there. Perfect. Okay, so let's start analyzing. So let's see if we can get, because now that we're here, we can actually have a better view. Let's zoom in a little bit and see exactly there. So let's see a bit of hard lights and see how it did. That's actually not bad at all, to be honest. So I have the lights right on top. So if I go up here, see, cover the light, to give me a hard light so I can see consistency in layers. And like that should give you an idea of like the scale. Like that's my very ugly finger. Let's wait, hold on. There, my finger. That's how small that is. And the accuracy is impressive, actually, to be honest. So that's quite good for like a quick profile. And it did really well. It did exceptionally well. I can remove that. There, so you have it. See, that is the seam. Anyway. That is the seam, and that can be fixed. But yeah. So there you have it. We have a successful live stream without any hiccups. Is this a minion? Yes, this is Mini Minion. It's really nice, actually. It turned out really well. So obviously with a camera and a zoom lens, which is like a 4x optical zoom, like flaws are magnified quite a lot. When you hold it up like this, that actually looks really good. So I'm quite happy with that. Martina, next project, have the zoomed camera follow movement on the bed so the item doesn't move in the picture. Sure, of course. All right, so I'm going to call that a success. So my initial impressions are relatively easy to assemble for $259. Yeah, I think this could be the new Ender 3. It is the new Ender 3, the Ender 3 V2, and yeah, I honestly speaking, if I have to buy an Ender 3 and I don't want to spend, like, if I have the money, I would probably, dish out a couple of extra 10 or 20 pounds or 20 euros or $20 to get this versus the Ender Pro, to be completely honest. You have much more possibilities for this going forward, especially for expandability with the 32-bit board. It's really well built. It's nice and clean. So yeah, confirm. There you go. I'm really happy with it. I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. I like the few things that they did. The matte screen is really nice. The way you move the axis is really nice. I hate that they still have the same thing, just going from up down, which will eat away at the extruder here. But other than that, I'm happy. Tom, did you see the zoom? I zoomed. I really zoomed. I was hoping you'd see it. Right, so I'm going to bid you all a very good night. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank my patrons for supporting me and for having the most amazing patience in the world to deal with me. And I look forward to all the videos that are coming up. I'm so excited. All the things that I need for my massive project here should arrive this week. But yeah, tomorrow or Tuesday, the first of the Idea Maker series episodes will come out. If you want any of my Idea Maker profiles, they will be on ideamaker.io. That's the Idea Maker library. And there are many more other profiles there which you might want to try out. Okay, so that is it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching, for joining, for chatting, keeping me company. Thanks for your support. And as always, happy making, guys. And now, I'm out.